What's going on, everybody? It's your boy QuestX coming back at you once again with another video, and this is going to be kind of me giving a further elaboration on what took place last night with Eleider Alvarez. Shout out and congratulations to Eleider Alvarez. Adonis Superman Stevenson fans, I don't know what you need to do, but you need to talk to your boy because he is in trouble right now. As far as when it comes to the matter of public opinion is concerned. But first, before I get into Sergey Kovalev, because when I get to Sergey Kovalev, it's going to be brutal. Okay, so you know, if you're a little sensitive and you're a bit of a Kovalev fan, you know, my apologies before I begin on that segment. But let's first talk about something that I was talking with the group in the LDBC in the text. You know, this picture right here. Now, this is going to be a reference to a video I did several months ago, maybe about a couple months ago, in post to Golovkin versus Canelo. And I said to you guys that I had gotten an insider tip. Somebody who knows, or rather who has been in sparring sessions and trains alongside Gennady Golovkin, they informed me that Golovkin's knees were pretty much shot. They've been shot for the last... he apparently injured his knees during his training for... what's his name? Jesus. Eddie Hearn's fighter... Kell Brook. I'm sorry, guys. And I was informed that after that, Gennady Golovkin doesn't do any road work. If you remember, I kind of want to draw your attention back to the lead up to Canelo versus Golovkin when they did the HBO segments. You only saw him jogging, and you never really saw any sort of high intensity cardiovascular work. And the reason is because, again, he injured his right knee during the Kell Brook, and then after the Kell Brook fight, when he went back to training, he injured the left knee. So both of his knees are pretty much done. I'm hearing it's as severe as it gets for Golovkin. And I said to you that contributed a lot to why he wasn't able to gain leverage on shots. He looked as if he wasn't able to cut the ring off as effectively, if you noticed. And even there were times during the fight when he was with Canelo and Canelo would twist him or turn him, his knees would lock up. You can go back and watch the fight 1,000 times over, and you just pay attention to how he balances himself during the fight and so on and so forth. So to make a long story short, I'm not surprised with this weight gain. Not at all. He gained weight in the lead up to the Danny Jacobs fight. Again, he was not able to do what he normally is able to do. Now, just because a fighter's knees is shot doesn't mean he can't be effective. Little known fact, Andre Ward's left knee was pretty much shot and swollen through most of the first training camp for Sergey Kovalev. He had to hire the great Mackie Shields to condition him in a different way so he would be able to survive the onslaught from Kovalev and the punching power and the endurance to drag Kovalev deep in the water. That's why you saw a completely different Andre Ward in the second fight. His knee wasn't inflamed. He was able to do more road work. He was able to do more conditioning, and therefore you saw a stronger punching Andre Ward in the second fight. See, this is little things that I know, or like I said, I'm not one of those people who come on here and I got the inside scoop or I know everything, but I do have my ear to the ground. So I'll put it to you that way. So then let's lead into, and the reason why I say this is because it's going to lead me into Sergey Kovalev. Listen, Kovalev is what he is. He's a bully who, just like if you grew up in tough neighborhoods, usually the one who's barking the loudest is the most terrified. And Kovalev has always been that guy. And once Andre Ward didn't back down and showed that if you push a bully, 9 times out of 10, a bully ain't nothing but a punk in the inside. He's a chihuahua. You know, he's not, you know, those little chihuahuas, those dogs, those little ugly dogs that they bark at you and they snap at you, but at the end of the day, you know, if a bigger dog comes at them, you know, it's over. It's a wrap. And that's what Sergey Kovalev is mentally. Not to mention, and I'm gonna just be keeping it all the way 100 with you guys. It's a well-known fact that Sergey Kovalev has a drinking issue. Okay, he has looked like crap since the Isaac Chilemba fight. Okay, before, in the lead up, people wondered why his gas tank was fluttering during the Chilemba fight, and why it continued to spiral down. It's because, listen, and I'm not trying to listen. I understand that people who have, you know, issues with alcohol, it's no laughing matter. It's no joke. But I know that people that were concerned with Sergey Kovalev. It's why you had little issues come up during the second Ward fight where people were leaking shit, talking about his drinking. Look at his body, even in the later Alvarez weigh-in. This man does not train. He parties way too much, okay? And he needs to lay off the liquor, okay, and get himself back on a proper nutrition plan. He even, the way he swelled up and he rehydrated, you could totally tell was horrible last night. Anybody who's in the fitness like me, they know this, okay? You don't need to go to school for a degree for this. You can, if you literally, you know about rehydrating and dehydrating, you could literally look at Sergey Kovalev last night and you could tell that he even rehydrates not in the proper way, okay? And it's a science to this. And this is why he's having issues in 4th, 5th round. Dude, he was out of gas in the 4th round. Okay? His punch, he was pushing his punches. He didn't seem like he had any explosion on him. Listen, and then today with the excuses, okay, with the constant excuses. Sergey Kovalev is just one of those guys who, he got exposed as just nothing more than hot air. Yes, he killed a man in the ring, but this is boxing, and it can happen to anybody. And I think he fell in love with his mythos. And, you know, it also doesn't pay to be an asshole, man. Like, just keep it all the way 100. He's an asshole. He is a douchebag, all right? And your peers aren't going to respect you. Guys are going to be gunning for you. You can't walk around here barking like you're the biggest, baddest dude on the block, when meanwhile you're not producing in the ring. Not when it counts, not when it matters, not when you're fighting top competition. So it is what it is. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit tidbits on that and just further elaborate my whole situation. I'm not losing any sleep over Kovalev. I don't care to see him ever again. Oh, and one other thing, Kathy Duva. Listen, man, you're a disgrace to your daddy, man. Like, just keeping it real, you're a disgrace to your daddy. I saw some of your interviews, and you sitting up there talking about, you know, Kovalev was winning the whole fight, and then all of a sudden he just got hit lucky, and he's a Hall of Fame fighter, and he's like one of the all-time greats, and just denial. See, and you know what, I'm gonna give Kovalev a little tip here. And listen, you know I don't care nothing much for his racist behind, but I'm gonna give Kovalev a little tip. You know when you should have got away from Kathy Duva? I'm gonna let you in on a little something, Sergey. When you fought, okay, and you didn't even get your purse. I remember, what fight was that? Damn, I'm trying to think. There was a fight where he released. Who was it for? Was it? See, my mind is going blank today. But the purses for a Kovalev fight was released, and you were making less, or if not, the bare minimum of your opponent when you've been the champion for as long as you've been. Let me tell you something, man. Kathy Duva is a trip, man. She is a trip. She is a liability for you, Sergey. Can't even fill venues to get you in the ring. I'm telling you, that's some free advice from me to you, Sergey. You need to get rid of Kathy Duva, and you need to get a life coach or something, because your whole career is spiraling out of control, man. I forget that. It has spiraled. It has spun, and it has hit the wall. Okay, you ain't winning. You ain't beating Alvarez in the second fight. He gonna beat you worse. You saw that boy's confidence. He was sitting up there screaming and yelling at you in the ring when he's sitting up there fighting. That boy, I'm telling you, the word is out on you, Kovalev. It's over. You need to do some serious soul searching. It's your boy Quest X. I'm out. Peace.